All the way from Western Australia, the North Cottesloe crew have made the final. Jack Ellis, Ian Clark, Pat Walsh, Ben Rosser and Craig Smith-Gander.
From the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, Mooloolaba in lane 3 in the blue singlets. Ned Mayfield, David Lowe, Peter Hall, Craig Cleary and Chris Brearley.
And representing Sydney, the freshwater crew, Bluey Myers, Phil Sears, Grant Myers, and that's Bluey's son, Julian Delaney, and in the bow, Mick Burke.
Only seconds away from the start of the final round of the Uncle Toby Surfboat Series final. These crews have already rowed 7 times for the honour of being in the final. We've seen big seas throughout the weekend here at Portsea. 3 boats have been holed on rocks. Many of the boats are patched up with gaffer tape at the moment. They've got to negotiate the Le Mans start at the moment. Then they'll set themselves as the big swells roll in here for the surfboat final. Out the back, it's building to 6 feet 2 metres as the crews jump in now and try and make their way out.
And even right on the shore, all 4 crews are having big problems. Mooloolaba can't get in the boat. They're finally in, having all sorts of problems. There is about a 2-foot break right on the sand that's making big problems for them, and there is a big set of waves breaking out the back. Look, you can see the Mooloolaba crew on the right-hand side of the screen there had gone off to an angle, but freshwater are in. They've taken a little bit of water. On the left-hand side of the screen, that's freshwater. Mooloolaba there coming last at this stage. We're last into the boat. And North Cottesloe, just on the right-hand side of the screen, also doing well. They've actually stopped. The sweepers told them to trail oars. Here we can see the Uncle Toby Surf Camp pictures. Look at that! The bowman having to lift right up out of his seat. Now we're looking up the other way from the sweep out towards the waves. Look at the water in the bottom of the boat. The freshwater crew have taken waves over the top of the water. The electric pumps now have to work to get rid of that water. There they are on the left-hand side of the screen. And another big wave about to come over them. And they've just punched through that one. And it looks like freshwater are clear, but they've taken some big water. They've taken some water. North Cottesloe have taken water, as have Mooloolaba and Alexander Headland.
So freshwater, the first crew out through the break, doing an enormous job after a bad start. North Cottesloe all the way from Perth. Don't see conditions like this very often. Alexander Headlands, who was 2nd overall in the points tally, are now trying to make their way out in 4th position. As more waves continue to build, Alexander Headlands are going to be in further trouble in 4th position, as now the leading crews, freshwater, head out.
Now you notice there's the stroke. As they turned around the can, he held his oar perfectly still on the inside, while the outside rowers kept rowing, and the sweep did his job as well. That was how they got around the can quickly. And you can see now that Mooloolaba and North Cottesloe are also around and only about 2 lengths behind, 2 to 3 lengths behind. There you can see on the left-hand side of the screen as Alex Headlands goes past as well on their way to the turning buoys. It's very close. Waves will make the difference. North Cottesloe are doing a great job, just like they did in the semis. North Cottesloe, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, are really starting to come at freshwater. They're really moving up, and there is a big wave coming. Cottesloe are on top of it, but they won't come over it. They're not going to be able to come over it, and I don't think freshwater will get this either, but there's a wave behind. I think all 3 crews might get the wave behind. Freshwater are on top of this little one, but they won't get it. Now, can Mooloolaba pull this next one? Off the back, freshwater just dropped off the back. Now it gets harder for them. Look at the oarsmen now putting in the harder strokes.
Here comes Mooloolaba trying to pull desperately over this wave. North Cottesloe in very good position for the wave as freshwater leads at the moment. North Cottesloe trying, pushing hard.
They won't get it. They've dropped off the back. Now we'll see the great shots from inside the boat as freshwater come down this wave. Let's see them trail oars when they come down it. They're now on the wave. See them trail the oars. They'll move to the back of the boat to make sure the boat doesn't nosedive. We're on board with them. This is the freshwater crew. All 4 of the boat rowers are right up the back, and the sweeper's up there with them, holding them straight through to the beach. See the stroke? They're also holding onto that oar to try and get them straight into the beach. They've got to get this wave right through to the beach straight, run around a turning flag, and then get that boat around and back out to sea again. North Cottesloe on a 2nd wave, and also Mooloolaba are not out of this race.
And the white singlets, the freshwater crew, doing a magnificent job in their sweep. Bluey Myers to hold that wave all the way through. They made tremendous ground there. They've now opened up about a 50-metre lead. This is the dangerous part of the race, the tricky part where over the weekend we've seen so many rowers hurt and oars snapped in half.
Now they're waiting for the call from the sweep. He'll wait for a wave and then calls the jump, and in they go. There they are, back in the boat, and they're off now. First few strokes are a little shorter and a little quicker. Then they'll get into their rhythm. They've got to punch through a few waves, and there is another set of waves out the back. The North Cottesloe crew are around. That's that green boat, 2nd from the right. But the other 2 crews are now back in this, and there is a set of waves out the back that are going to slow freshwater up. So this is absolutely wide open. And you can see the water pouring out the side of the freshwater boat. Just down on the left-hand side of the boat there. See the water pouring out. There's the water. Look how much water is in the freshwater boat. Now, they have a big lead. They have about a 3 or 4 length lead, but they're rowing so much slower. Cottesloe will catch them here, I would say, because freshwater desperately trying to get rid of that water in the boat. It makes the boat weigh 2 or 3 times as much as it normally would. Look at it. It's still there. You can see underneath the seat of the stroke. You can see there where that automatic pump is doing its work. But North Cottesloe are picking up fresh water with every stroke. There they are on the right-hand side of the screen, and they're moving up with every stroke. This is going to be a sensational finish.
North Cottesloe have done a magnificent job over the weekend. They've probably been the form crew throughout the round-robin series. The quarterfinals they rode this morning, the semi-finals they rode this morning, and now the final. So North Cottesloe closing with every stroke on freshwater. Alexander Headlands and, of course, Mooloolaba now trying to make up desperate ground. It's been a final of drama.
We are about 50 metres from the turn, and this turn will be very important. You can see it from this very shot that with every stroke, the green boat of North Cottesloe is hauling them in. And Bluey Myers there, right in the centre of your screen, takes a look over to his right every now and then and knows that the awesome North Cottesloe crew, he looks across again, sees them. He's got a race on his hands. He is looking across. He knows with every stroke they're pulling in. They're now less than a length behind. There they are into the turn, half a length. No more than half a length in it. This will come down to a wave. What a finish we're going to have. The final race of 6 races in the Uncle Toby Surfboat Challenge. We've been right round the country, and here we are at Portsea Beach for the last race. And the Western Australian crew look to me like they've hit the lead.
North Cottesloe all the way from Perth doing a magnificent job. The sweep of Jack Ellis, Ian Clark, Patrick Walsh, Ben Rosser and Craig Smith-Gander. They're going for glory here at Portsea in the final round. There they are. They're going to try and work this wave from out the back.
There is a nice swell underneath the boat. They won't get over it, but they're going to get a lift on the top. And you can see that the sweep urging them on. They've definitely hit the lead. We will now need to get a wave for freshwater to come up and equal with them. They pull about 2 lengths in front. All that water in the freshwater boat has certainly hurt them. There is a wave now. Freshwater are going to have to move. If they don't get this wave, they won't win. Freshwater now coming through onto this wave on the left. They're going to have to really push for this one. Here they go. They're going to come over the top. Look at them go now. They're really putting the work in, and they've got it. They've got to come over the top of this. Will North Cottesloe come over the top? Freshwater's still working. There we are in the boat with them. They've trailed oars and down the back. They've got to move right down the back. Now, and Cottesloe is still going. Cottesloe are off the back. No.
Pushing hard, Cottesloe.
No,
can they get over? Yes!
Yes! And they're down the back, the 2 of them. Now, this is a real difficult wave. Can the sweep hold it steady? What an effort it'll be. He has. What? Oh, no, he's slewed. He's across to the right. And he's going for freshwater. Oh, he's right into them.
Oh, they've collided. Freshwater. Bluey Myers has fallen out of the back of the boat of the freshwater boat. He's actually on the front of the North Cottesloe boat. Unbelievable scenes here. There's rowers all over the beach. They're all swimming. They can swim to the beach. They've just got to make it to their flags.
So the freshwater crew, I think, will get there. No, North Cottesloe first to stand. So Cottesloe will get there, but Bluey Myers
Bluey's trying to get to his feet.
Bluey Myers up there as well, off the other boat. Unbelievable scene.
North Cottesloe, Bluey Myers touches in front. It's freshwater. What a finish to the final round of the Uncle Toby Bluey Myers. They've come down from the stands.
I do not believe that finish. Bluey Myers was on the back of his boat. He got cleaned up by the North Cottesloe crew. I don't know if he planned it, but he ended up on the front of the other boat, stayed there for a while, jumped off and ran up to his flag and won it. We'll have to wait to see what the referees have got to say about it, but I can tell you one thing, there won't be any rules written for that one.
There was a free ride. There could be a charge out for Bluey Myers from North Cottesloe for that. The referees may well have something to say about this finish. He did steal a ride on top of the North Cottesloe boat, but still it was North Cottesloe who came across and collected. At the moment, unofficial placings are freshwater, North Cottesloe, the battle for 3rd and 4th at the moment. Mooloolaba are going to come down and get 3rd placing, and the unlucky Alexander Headland look like grabbing 4th. Let's have a look at the replay at the moment and keep an eye. Here's North Cottesloe. They slew across. That's Jack Ellis there. The sweep.
They held it for a while. They came down the wave very late. He did a good job even to get it to here. Now the white water catches up to the boat. Look at the work. He's trying desperately to hold it. Now they're coming flying across. That's Bluey Myers standing at the back of the freshwater boat. He gets collected by North Cottesloe, and now he's on the front of the other boat. I don't believe it. He's sitting on the side, on the front of the North Cottesloe boat. and at the last second when they hit the beach, he jumps off and he runs up, and there he is still sitting there. He's on the wrong boat. Bluey Myers, he's inside the wrong boat. This has never happened before, I don't think, in the history of boat rowing. And now he's probably thinking, I can win this race from here. He jumps out, runs up and wins it.
Unbelievable performance by Bluey Myers, the Trevor Hendy of surfboat racing.